Yeah, and the middle area of the pitch we were quite good. We kept the ball well, we created chances, but if you keep giving goals away like we do consistently by making mistakes and then you miss chances like we do, you're not going to win any games. And much as you can look at performance, the fact is it's about scorelines, and we're losing games, and that's got to stop. And maybe not a lot of the lads have been involved in sides that are on this type of run, and you don't just turn it around by just continuing doing the same things. We have to have a bit of a mentality now, either to stop conceding goals, which I think is the priority first of all, but we've certainly got to start taking chances. Yeah, they're obviously on a good run and a very good side, and they'll certainly have something to prove, because I think they probably deserve something on that first game of the season. Decisions maybe went our way that day, and so they'll have a point to prove, and it's a very difficult place to go. But as you said, there's not an easy place to go for us at the minute, because we're finding things very, very difficult. So like I said, we've got to get it right at both ends of the field, and we've got to do that quickly. No, in truth, I don't know the best starting 11 at the moment, because there's a lack of confidence, lack of form within the side. So you find people play well in little spells of games rather than consistently for 90 minutes, and there are some uncharacteristic mistakes. I think at the minute you see people giving the ball away that you just don't expect. And if I'm honest, I think the lads will accept it. We're not hitting the heights we should do individually, so it's very difficult to say exactly what your best starting lineup is. I think there's, like I say, people have 2 or 3 good games. The issue we had early on the season was obviously that 2 or 3 games they might miss a game for whatever reason. I think over the last 3 or 4 games we've had a more consistent group, which means the side has been more consistent. Maybe 1 or 2 changes. Obviously we're enforced with one today with Butch, but there's fewer changes coming recently. And if I'm honest, when we hope to get a couple of decent results, and if we do, the side will kind of pick itself from there. Yeah, to be honest, the preferred formation is the 4-3-3, because that's what we did throughout pre-season, and we worked a lot during that, and that was successful at that time. We have looked at 4-4-2 because I think that was a formation that maybe some of the players felt comfortable with. But I suppose, from my perspective, we worked hard on something. We had a spell where we didn't play particularly well, and then we went away from that. So the last few games we've gone back to it. Obviously got us a result Saturday, and every game we've won this season has been 4-3-3. So it's something that I believe can work with the players we've got here. You look at a 4-4-2, and I think you need a certain type of player, and you lose the likes of an Adam Milson in a side, and he's a big part of a 4-4-2. We now have people like Matt Sparrow, Billy Smith, Stuart Cobb, who in wide areas can really affect the game in the final third. So you want them to be affecting the game in the final third, not coming back. So one thing I'd say with the 4-3-3 and where we've struggled with it and we need to develop is, at the minute we isolate the centre forward, and that's not something we want to do, because you want to target, but you need runners off that, and that's as time progresses, I'm sure that will start to happen. We're seeing it, but we're seeing it in patches rather than consistently. So again, they're the things we work on the training ground, and what I will say about that is, there's such a consistent amount of games at the moment. We haven't trained for 2 or 3 weeks, and that's really hurting us.